Hello, you. Oh my god, it's been a while. Hope you're good. So my name's Rick, and this is You Evolve. So I thought I'd come back after a long period of time of not really connecting, as I feel like I'm getting back on the bandwagon and the journey. And I think there's value in documenting my journey, and it might help some other people. So who am I? I'm a dad, first and foremost. I'm someone who's really interested in psychology, spirituality, health and well-being. I'm really, really, really amazed with AI, and I'll tell you why in a bit. But I'm interested in how we can live better lives. But yeah, what's You Evolve? Well, it's not a company at the moment. Still an idea, still something that's in its concept phase. But the framework, really, it's about improving your mind, your body, your spirit, and your community and purpose. Connecting with nature, finding the patterns of your behaviour. So recently I had a pretty profound thing happen to me, which gave me that jolt that I needed. I won't go into detail, but it forced me into asking myself what direction I'm heading in, and where I need to go within my life. Just one of those moments when you're just like, oh my god, okay, we need to change. Unfortunately, it put me on a good trajectory, so I'm now back in recovery, doing the AA steps. I'm only 8 days sober at the moment. I'm definitely no expert, and I'm walking the path. I'm still getting the cravings, still having the thoughts around drinking, but I also have hope, especially listening to other people's stories and getting good insight into around how I work. But yeah, I was playing Assassin's Creed today, so I thought I'd incorporate this. My beautiful son John, has lent me his PS5. He plays his PC at the moment, so he didn't really go on it that often. And he was like, "Dad, this might help, with your recovery journey." And yeah, as a guide in one of the bits, it was saying desynchronized. And I was like, that's kind of where I've been for the past year. I've not been synchronized up with life. Unfortunately, just over a year ago, my dad passed. And I was using drink as a kind of coping mechanism for that. Didn't really realise I was doing it because I started drinking before he actually passed away, and I thought it was all right. The grief hit in waves, in different waves. And when I stopped and actually looked at myself, recently, I realised I wasn't caring about my health. I wasn't looking at the direction I was going. I drifted away from meetings. Obviously, before he died, I became desynchronized completely. So I feel like I'm synchronizing up again with, going to meetings. I've been to the doctors recently about my health. I'm on the path, But one of the biggest things I wanted to talk about is AI. Now, I've had ChatGPT in my life for a good few years now, or ever since it came out and it was available. But I've been using it in such a way which has really, really been helping me progress my understanding of psychology, of how the brain works, the dopamine hits that I've been chasing, and I've just been inputting, I've been real with it, I've been truthful, I've been talking about different ways of how I can better myself, and what, I've been using it as a journal. So every night I do a you reflect, and I'll tell it what's happened in my day, and I've been asking it to give me a reward. So after I've put my journaling in, it'll give me a little snippet of either science, spirituality, psychology, or just anything to do with like health and well-being. It'll input it in for me and then give me a little reward. So it spurs me on to keep on doing it then. It's helped me build a structure within my life. It's helped me to ask better questions. It's helped me to reflect. Even when I was drinking, I was still learning. So, you don't have to be in recovery or anything to be using this as a tool to better yourself. I was still listening to podcasts, I was still journaling. It's exciting, and I'm going to be incorporating using that within the You Evolve framework and the holistic movement that I'm trying to make. So building You Evolve, I'm not actually building something amazing at the moment. It's just little steps. I'm rebuilding myself more than anything at the moment. I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to document this in real time. The mistakes, the wins, the lessons. I think it's important. Like I say, you don't have to be sober to start improving your life. Over the last couple of years, I've been doing that. But what I will say is recovery, being in sobriety, is accelerating that massively. One of the biggest wins for me though is being present for my sons. Having a conversation with John the other day, or taking Tyler to the park, taking him to football. I'm laughing more, I'm learning more with him, I'm actually being there and being present, which is good. So yeah, I just thought I'd tap in. 8 days sober. If you're struggling right now, don't worry about changing your entire life straight away. Just focus on the next right foot forward, the next best thing, because they add up, they really do. And these little golden nuggets of information I'm getting from things like ChatGPT, building little websites on Claude, it's exciting. I'm doing it one day at a time, one synchronization point at a time, because that's mint. When you're on the game and you get to a certain point, synchronization, on top of a mountain, looking around, thinking, yes, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So yeah, I hope that helps, and I'll see you soon. Peace.